This is D.V.Alias Khryst, and you're watching Gen TV. Keep it locked, man. Dynasty / the government. You already know what it is. Bang.
Now, what's good with you, DV? It's been a little minute since the people seen you. First and foremost, for those youngins out there, let them know where you first started out at.
First started with Smooth the Hustler and Trigger the Gambler. It's home team. It's my people's SMG. And came out in the mid-90s. But we was doing it prior to the mid-90s, but we got our break towards the mid-90s. Been on a ton of records, worked with everybody, performed with everybody from Biggie to Jay-Z to Foxy on down. Have an incredible story and history in the music business, and now I'm here as D.V.Alias Khryst, the new artist. Funny enough, back better than ever, reinvented myself and just put myself in a position of power.
Now, in between that time, you supposed to come out on Def Jam, and then y'all was rocking with Ice-T for a minute.
Good questions.
You was rocking with Ice-T for a minute. Like, what happened with those situations?
Def Jam primarily got messed up based on the subsidiary that we were signed to, No Doubt, which was owned by Dante Ross. It was a lot of back and forth bullshit between, I can say that, right?
Of course.
Back and forth bullshit between the other company that I was dealing with, Next Level, who I wound up getting a release from due to publishing issues in certain situations at the time. So I broke from that. So I guess once I broke from Next Level, I really didn't have the support from Next Level as I would have wanted to, still being signed with them. So it was pretty much me and my mom's at the time when she was managing me, having to battle with the label now. And Dante Ross had his views, we had ours, and he just made very poor decisions as a subsidiary owner, to an independent company coming through Def Jam. And they shelved my shit, and it never came out, but they wound up breaching their contracts due to some legalities that were stipulated. And Leo being the stand-up individual that he is, and in my eyes, based on my dealings with him, I was able to walk with my masters, no hard feelings, sent my mom some flowers, and it was like, all right, at that point, I'm sheep amongst the wolves in the music industry, and from there on, I pretty much had to make my way, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other deep, intricate stories that would just get too lengthy and long, but that's pretty much the basis of it,
All right, so now, how did you feel during that progress? I mean, did you feel like quitting, or was...
Of course, I was 18. Who the fuck wouldn't want to quit? Going through that, it's embarrassing. The hood was rocking with us. They was expecting D.V.Alias Khryst to come out from the success of Smooth the Hustler, and then the arrival of Trigger the Gambler. People were anticipating to hear the rap singing dude come out with something. And then started getting the comparisons of the Nate Dogs and so on and so forth, who actually started coming out after me. So, yeah, I was hurt. I ain't want to fuck with the music no more, but when it's in you, you get drawn back to it. So eventually that became a phase, and I just went right back to the music.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Nate Dogg. Now, a lot of people credit him with being hard with the hooks. You got people like Max B, you got people like 50, but you was like one of the first pioneers to really bring that whole style of how would you describe that style? I want to say sing song, but you might have a better word for it.
It's music. Melody is king. It's just music. You hear melody, instead of me going against it, I go with it, and that's the la-di-da. That's the part that everybody waits for when the beat drop. And it's like, oh shit, okay, we fly high, ballin', it's that's the end-all be-all of the record, the chorus. So I think it just happened organically. That became my niche. Everybody has a niche. So that became my niche at that particular point in time, doing choruses, because I did them well. That was always my strong point, especially at that time when I was running with Smooth in them. They were just rappers, and I was nice with rapping, but they were the rappers. And what I brought to the table was being able to make the hardest rap record cross over. I.e., like Who can't go for that?
Yeah. Did you write that hook or?
Yeah. Me and my brother actually came up with that chorus the day my son was born. Word. I'm on the train going to Jamaica Hospital, and we on the train bugging out. Who can't go for that? Can't go for that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then that was the birth of that record, and then the soundtrack came up, and I said, I got a perfect idea. I know the record we should do. But I wanted to use the original Hall & Oates beat. Since we was paying, they robbed us for damn near all the publishing anyway. Might as well go all the way in. Hell yeah, that's Hall & Oates. They took 50% of that motherfucker. And we split it 50. We got robbed on that record. I mean, to me, we split 50% amongst 3 people. That's 16.66%. Some shit like that. You do the math. I got a big chunk from the front end of that record though. Shout out to Mama Christ, because she went up in Polygram and sat there and told me, y'all gonna give me some fucking money for my son that we ain't rocking. And she went there and got me a check for a couple stacks. So I don't know about everybody else on that record, but I got mine. You know, up front, fuck it. I'm getting 16.66%. Will give me all of that right now. And then everything else, if I get $1 in the mail for fucking royalty, it doesn't matter.
That's dope. Now fast forward a couple of years later, let the people know what you got going on right now.
Currently out right now is the mixtape. It's entitled Counteraction Volume 1, hosted by DJ Who Kid. And got 50 intro in the tape. Shout out to 50 OG Unique Looking. And I got Billy Dance. Shout out to MOP. Got Uncle Murder and Mano. Shout out to them. And it's pretty much the concept of the mixtape is just me kind of exploiting some of my talent on the basis of the rapping and the singing, and showing that, you know, I can take somebody's record and possibly make it better or make it in the caliber of something commercial enough to have that commercial appeal. And also to show skill level. And I feel I accomplished that on that mixtape, and I got more to come. I'm not a mixtape artist, though. That's really not.
Now that's crazy that you said you got Billy on there, because back in the days they used to say that
we had beef.
There was beef between y'all kids.
It was a little bit. I mean, it wasn't no beef that it was gonna pop off, like not like that. Because they know what we do, we knew what they do, so we just kind of like kept it basic and neutral. And I guess, I mean, they were signed to G Unit at the time, I guess still is. And we had a spot in Mirror Image, and they were working in the same vicinity, and we were getting up back and forth seeing each other because they were working on their album. And one day DR Period came in the studio where we was at, because he had a studio in the same building, and was like, yo, we need you to do some singing, some background shit on the back of this record for MOP. My heart kind of jumped in my stomach, not on no scared shit, but like damn, this is historical. I would figure this to happen for Smooth faster than it would happen for Christ. You feel me? So I went there and did what I had to do. It was always love with me, with them anyway. You know what I'm saying? I went there, did my thing, cracked a couple jokes. They made me drink, because I ain't no big drinker. Everybody know that. I was in there fucked up, and we went there and did what we had to do. And I kept seeing Billy. And I was like, yo, we need to do a record. And I brought him in the studio, and I played him a couple beats. And of course, I went for the hardest shit. He was like, nah, we need to do a record this is a long time coming. We need to do a record that's going to come on radio, and come in the club and do something. I looked at him like, really? You know, like he kind of came into my world a little bit, I think, on the record, because it sounds kind of commercial compared to the records that he's been on in the past. So that's pretty much, you know, a little short story of how that record happened. But it's a historical record, man. For two Browns villains to get on the record with the amount of respect that we all have in our hood and in the music business, to come together and make an incredible record like that. So that's what's up. Shout out to Billy Dance, Lil Fame, Blaze, Fox, the whole MOP, First Family staff. You already know.
Getting it in.